Hello students, we are studying the topic optics, and in our previous sessions we studied the phenomenon reflection of light. What is reflection of light? When light falls on any surface, it hits the surface and comes back into the same medium. It means that surface is not allowing the light to proceed further, to propagate further. It is sending back the light into the same medium. But sometimes if that surface allows the light to get into it, then what light will do? Light will enters into the other medium through that surface. How it enters into the other medium? By changing its direction of propagation. Now this phenomenon is called as refraction of light. This phenomenon is called as refraction of light. So in the proper sentence, you can define it as the phenomenon of change in the direction of path of light. Change in the direction of path of light when it goes from one medium to another medium. When it goes from one medium to another medium, its direction of propagation changes. Now you can refer to this diagram. A ray AO is traveling. When it is traveling, it meets the interface of two media. It meets the surface XY, which allows the light to get into the other surface, other medium. So the light enters into the other medium. So the ray OB is called as a refracted ray. The ray AO is incident ray. The ray OB is refracted ray. Now with what angle the ray is incident? To measure that, first you have to draw the normal to the surface or normal to the interface. How the normal has to be drawn? It is always perpendicular to the surface and it has to be drawn at the point of incidence. Now which is the point of incidence? O is the point of incidence. At point O, you have to draw a normal to the surface, which is nothing but NON dash. NON dash is normal to the surface. Now how to measure the angle of incidence? It is nothing but angle between the incident ray and normal to the surface. Angle AON is equal to I is our angle of incidence. How to measure the angle of refraction? It is angle between the refracted ray and normal to the surface. This angle BON, angle BON is equal to R, which is nothing but angle of refraction. Here the first medium 1 we are taking as rarer medium and medium 2 we are considering as denser medium. So look at the position of the ray. So if the ray has not changed its direction, it would have propagated along its original direction. As it is entering into the other medium, it is changing its direction. How it is changing? It is moving towards the normal, leaving its original direction. It is moving towards the normal. When it is happening? When it is moving from rarer medium to denser medium, because we are considering medium 1 as rarer and medium 2 as denser. So ray is bending towards the normal when it is moving from rarer medium to denser medium. So your I is greater than R. I is greater than R when light moves from rarer to denser. Now if the light moves from denser to rarer, if it moves from denser to rarer, It moves away from the normal. It moves away from the normal. So your eye will be less than angle of refraction. So when the light moves from denser to rarer, I will be less than R. So in the next part, in the next discussion, you will come to know why it happens. For time being, you just remember this. When it travels from rarer to denser, it moves towards normal. When it travels from denser to rarer, the ray bends away from the normal. So in the next session, we'll see in the next part why, what is the rarer medium and denser medium, and on what basis we tell them as rarer and denser. Now, as we mentioned during the definition of refraction, when the light is traveling from one medium to another medium, its direction of propagation is changing. Now, along with the direction of propagation, the other physical quantities that changes are the velocity of light and the wavelength. When the light enters from one medium to another medium, its velocity and wavelength both change, but frequency remains the same. Frequency remains the same. To understand this, you can have the example of a person walking on a tar road. Example of a person walking on a tar road. So he'll be walking with some speed. He'll be walking with some speed by placing 10 footsteps per second. By keeping 10 footsteps per second, and his footsteps are bit longer when he is walking on a tar road. All of a sudden, when he starts walking on a sand, when he starts walking on a sand, his walking speed decreases. Speed is nothing but distance per unit length. Speed is nothing but distance per time. So when he starts walking on a sand, his velocity decreases, that is, his speed decreases. He starts keeping his footsteps very smaller, so the length of a footstep decreases, but the number of footsteps per second remains the same. Number of footsteps per second remains the same. So the same analogy you can compare over here. The velocity of a traveling wave decreases. Velocity decreases means distance covered per time decreases. The wavelength decreases, that is distance between two consecutive crests or troughs decreases, but number of cycles per second remains the same. So frequency is the quantity which remains same when light travels from one medium to another medium. So with the help of a equation also you can tell that. So you all know what is the relation between frequency, velocity and wavelength. So frequency is equal to c by lambda. Frequency is equal to c by lambda. So when light enters into the other medium, its velocity changes, its wavelength changes. So if velocity increases, wavelength also increases. If velocity decreases, wavelength also decreases. Somehow their ratio remains the same. Their ratio remains the same, which is nothing but the frequency. So frequency remains the same. The velocity and the wavelength of light changes when it enters from one medium to another medium. Next, we shall see the laws of refraction. Laws of refraction. This is a question of 2 mark. They may ask, state the laws of refraction. The first law is incident ray, refracted ray and normal to the interface at the point of incidence. So incident ray, refracted ray, and normal to the interface, where the normal has to be drawn at the point of incidence. So these all three lie in the same plane. The second law is ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is always constant for a given pair of media. If you take two media, then for that pair of media, this ratio sin I by sin R is always constant, and that constant is known as refractive index of the second medium with respect to the first medium. Refractive index of second medium with respect to the first medium. Now this equation or this law, the second law, is also called as Snell's law. This law is also called as Snell's law. Now there is a special case. Now Snell's law is nothing but sin I by sin R is equal to n to 1, which gives you the refractive index of second medium. If the light is entering from one medium to another medium normally, if the light is incident normally, then it will not change its direction of propagation. It travels with the same direction. So in that case, I will be equal to 0, R will be equal to 0. So you cannot apply the Snell's law, because sine 0 by 0, it becomes infinity. So you cannot apply the Snell's law for normal incidence. You cannot apply the Snell's law for normal incidence. So normal incidence is the special case of refraction where you cannot apply the Snell's law, and the ray is not changing its direction, but its velocity and wavelength are going to change. Frequency is going to remain the same. Only thing is, as it is incident normally, its direction of propagation is not changing. So here, while explaining the Snell's law, we mentioned N21 is the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. Now, what is the physical significance of this refractive index? So, in short, this refractive index is also called as Ri. Instead of saying refractive index every time, we'll use the word Ri. So, what is the physical significance of this Ri? Now, as it is mentioned at the beginning, when the light enters from one medium to another medium, its velocity is going to change. Now, the question is, by what quantity the velocity is going to change? By what quantity the velocity is going to change? The velocity may increase or may decrease, but by what quantity it is going to increase or by what quantity it is going to decrease when light travels from one medium to another medium? How to measure it? Now that is given by the refractive index. That is given by refractive index. So refractive index gives you the change in the velocity of light when it enters from one medium to another medium. Here there are two cases. One is absolute refractive index. Another one is relative refractive index. One is absolute refractive index and another one is relative refractive index. Now we'll see what is the absolute refractive index. So in absolute refractive index, we are comparing the velocity of light in any medium with respect to the velocity of light in air or vacuum. So here we are studying the velocity of light. What happens to the velocity of light when it enters from air or vacuum to any other medium? So we are taking the ratio of velocity of light in air or vacuum to the velocity of light in any medium. So what is the value of c? You all know c is the velocity of light in air or vacuum. So c is 3 into 10 raised to 8. Then if suppose the velocity of light in some medium is, if we take it as 1.5 into 10 raised to 8, then what will be the refractive index value? N is equal to 2. N is equal to 2, or which is nothing but C by V. So what it gives? 2V is equal to C. 2V is equal to C, or V is equal to C by 2. Now what you can say looking at this equation? The velocity of light in air or vacuum is 2 times that of the velocity of light in that medium. Or you can say in another way, the velocity of light in that particular medium is half that of the velocity of light in air or vacuum. So it means when the light enters from air or vacuum to the medium, when the light enters from air or vacuum to the medium, its velocity reduces by half. Its velocity reduces to half of its value. So that is the significance of absolute refractive index. It tells by what quantity the velocity of light decreases. By what quantity the velocity of light decreases when it travels from air to any other medium. So here the example, some value of Ri I have given. V is equal to C by 2. Value of Ri of glass is 1.5. What does it mean? So Ri of glass is 1.5 means 1.5 is equal to C by Vg, velocity of light in glass medium. So you can say 1.5 Vg is equal to C, or Vg is equal to C divided by 1.5. See, the velocity of light in air medium is 1.5 times greater than the velocity of light in glass medium, or when it enters from air medium to glass medium, the velocity of light is going to decrease by 1.5 times. The velocity of light is going to decrease 1.5 times than that of the velocity of light in air. Now what is the meaning of Ri of water is 1.33? So when the light is traveling in air or vacuum, it is moving with a velocity of 3 into 10 raised to 8. So as soon as it enters into the water, its velocity decreases by 1.33 times. Its velocity decreases by 1.33 times, that is 3 divided by 1.33. In case of glass, it is 3 divided by 1.5. So where the decrease in the velocity has taken more, where the decrease in the velocity has taken more in case of glass. So it indicates that the refractive index value is more, means refractive index of a medium value, refractive index value of a medium is more, means in that medium the velocity of light is decreasing more. The velocity of light is decreasing more. So you are comparing the velocities. What happens to the velocity? How much it decreases when it enters from air to any other medium, maybe glass, maybe water, maybe oil. So from air to any medium, what quantity, by what quantity the light is decreasing. So that is given by the refractive index, absolute refractive index. It is simply denoted by n because it is always with respect to air or vacuum only. Now we'll see what is this relative refractive index. Suppose the ray is traveling from water to glass, or from glass to water, or from oil medium to water medium, or from glass medium to oil medium. What happens to the velocity of light? What happens to the velocity of light, whether it increases or decreases? If it increases, by what quantity? If it decreases, by what quantity? Is given by relative refractive index. So if medium 1 is having a refractive index n1, so here we can take medium 1 with a refractive index n1, medium 2 with refractive index n2. Then n2 by n1, n2 by n1 is equal to n21, is equal to n21. So how do you say n21? n21 is refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. Refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. It means what happens to the velocity of light in second medium. What happens to the velocity of light in second medium with respect to first medium. So in first medium it is something like this. When it enters into the second medium, what happens to its velocity in the second medium? So that is the meaning of refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. So n2 is nothing but its absolute refractive index. n1 is absolute refractive index of first medium. How do you write the absolute refractive index? Absolute refractive index is nothing but comparison of velocity of light with the velocity of light in air with the velocity of light in that particular medium. So n2 is c by v2, velocity of light in air divided by velocity of light in that second medium, divided by n1, velocity of light in air divided by velocity of light in that medium. So when you solve the equation, you are going to get v1 by v2, v1 by v2. So n21 gives you the ratio of velocities of light into media. Suppose, to understand it in a better way, we can take the medium 1 as water and medium 2 as glass. We can take medium 1 as water and medium 2 as glass. Now what is the Ri of glass? Ri of water and Ri of glass. So n21 is n2 by n1. Second medium is glass. n2 is 1.5. n1 is water. It is 1.33. So when you divide, the ratio that you are going to get is 1.127. Now after solving the equation, what you have got? n21 is equal to v1 by v2. So you can write n21 ratio you are getting as 1.127, which is also equal to v1 by v2. Now what is your v1? Medium 1 is water, vw. What is your second medium? Glass, vg. What you can write by this equation? 1.127 into vg is equal to vw. So looking at this equation, in which medium the velocity is more? Obviously in the water medium, because the velocity of light in water medium is 1.127 times greater than the velocity of light in glass medium. Velocity of light in glass medium. So or otherwise you can say when the light enters from water medium to glass medium, its velocity is going to decrease by 1.127 times. Slower velocity is going to decrease by 1.127 times when it enters from water to glass. So what is the ratio that you are getting? 1.127. So if the refractive index value is greater than 1, if the refractive index value is greater than 1, you can say the velocity of light in second medium is going to decrease. If the refractive index of second medium is greater, refractive index of second medium is greater than 1, then you can say velocity decreases. The same you can try by taking glass as the first medium and water as the second medium, and just look at the value of n21, that is refractive index of water with respect to glass. Refractive index of water with respect to glass. It means you are studying what happens to the velocity in second medium, what happens to the velocity in water when it enters from glass to water. With respect to glass, what happens to the velocity of light in second medium. You just look at the ratio, it will be less than 1.66. If the ratio is less than 1, it indicates the velocity in the second medium is increased compared to the first medium. So overall you can say, see here, the refractive index is greater than 1. What is happening to the velocity of light? It is decreasing compared to the air or vacuum. So if the refractive index may be absolute or may be relative, if its value is greater than 1, then you can say the velocity of light in the second medium is decreasing. Upon entering into the second medium, the velocity is decreasing. If the refractive index value, the ratio is greater than, smaller than 1, then upon entering into the second medium, the velocity of light is increasing. Now, this relative refractive index of any medium is defined as the ratio of velocity of light in any medium with respect to that medium. We can note here that n is a characteristic of a pair of media. N is not a constant value. Relative refractive index is not a universal constant. It depends upon what pair of media that you are taking. So it is different for water glass. It is different for glass water. If the ray is traveling from glass to water, the relative value is different. From glass to water, the relative refractive index value is different. If you take some other pair of media, the relative refractive index value is going to be changed. So looking at this value, as already I have mentioned, here in the sentence form it is defined. A medium having a higher value of Ri is called optically denser medium. So optically denser medium means the one which offers more resistance for the propagation of light. See, Ri of glass is 1.5, Ri of water is 1.33, where the velocity is decreasing more. So in glass, the velocity is decreasing more compared to that of water. So you can say glass is offering more resistivity. Glass is offering more resistance for the velocity of light. So which offers, the medium which offers more resistance, more opposition for the propagation of light is called as optically denser medium. So the medium which offers less opposition for the velocity of light, for the propagation of light, is called as optically rarer medium. Now again, this optically rarer medium and optically denser medium are again relative to each other, because you cannot say water as optically rarer medium, Because compared to air, water is optically denser medium because it is offering more opposition for the propagation than the air. So compared to air, water is optically denser medium. But compared to glass, water is optically rarer and glass is optically denser medium. So in general you can say the one which is having higher value of refractive index offers more opposition for the propagation of light and is called as optically denser medium and vice versa. Now the Snell's law, from the Snell's law you can write N21 refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is N2 by N1, which is in turn equal to sin I by sin R. If N21 is greater than 1, if N21 is greater than 1, if N21 is greater than 1, when this ratio will be greater than 1? When the numerator is more and the denominator is small. So when N2 has to be greater than N1. So if N21 is greater than 1, it indicates N2 is greater than N1. N2 is greater than N1. So when this numerator, that in turn will be equal to sin I by sin R. So if N2 is greater, sin I value has to be greater than sin R. So when it will be greater? When I will be greater than R. I will be greater than R. So N21 is greater than 1 means, as already I have mentioned, if the ratio is greater than 1, what it indicates? The second medium is denser medium because the velocity is decreasing in the second medium. So second medium is denser means the light is moving from rarer to denser, So when the light is moving from rarer to denser, I is greater than R. I is greater than R. When I is greater than R? When it is moving towards the normal. So have you all understood why at the beginning I have told I is greater than R means I is greater than R means the light is traveling from rarer to denser. Second medium is the denser medium. If suppose N21 value is less than 1, if the ratio becomes less than 1, then obviously the denominator will be greater. So you can write N2 is smaller than N1. N2 is smaller than N1. So if N2 is smaller than N1, which in turn is equal to sin I by sin R. So if denominator is smaller, sin I should be smaller. When sin I should be smaller than sin R? When I is smaller than R. I is smaller than R. So I is smaller than R means ray is bending away from the normal. I is smaller than R. This is our I. This is our R. See, look at the I value and R value. This is I and this is R. R is greater. I is smaller than R. The ray is bending away from the normal. When it is bending away from the normal, see, when N21 is smaller than 1 means, if the ratio is smaller than 1 means, in the second medium, the velocity is increasing. So if the velocity is increasing, it indicates the second medium is optically rarer medium. So the ray is traveling from denser to rarer. So that is what, when the ray travels from denser to rarer, the ray moves away from the normal. The ray bends away from the normal. So here we can write the relation between n12 and n21. It is n12 is equal to 1 upon n21. It is reverse of that. So refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. Refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium is 1 upon the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. The second note is, the second point that we can note is, optical density is different from mass density. You may think glass is heavier than water, that is what we are saying, glass is optically denser medium. No, optical density is different from mass density. Mass density we are determining by mass per unit volume, and optical density we are naming on the basis of the velocity of light. If the velocity of light decreases more by entering into that medium, or if that medium offers more opposition for the propagation of light by decreasing its velocity, by decreasing the velocity of light more, then that particular medium is called as optically denser medium. Now the example you can see is, mass density of turpentine is less than that of water. So mass per unit volume of turpentine is less than that of water. What is the mass per unit volume? It is 1000 kg per meter cube. So turpentine is having less than that, but the turpentine is having more optical density than the water. It means turpentine offers more opposition for the velocity of light compared to water. More opposition for the propagation of light than the water medium. So go through this video once again and try to understand the physical significance of refractive index.